Hi, my name is Ashlyn, and I'm on a journey to own a mortgage-free home in the next 5 years. I've been budgeting since about 2018, so I have had quite a few years of experience of making mistakes and learning from them. So I thought I would compile a list of my best budgeting tips to help you get started or maybe make some progress in your budgeting journey. Before we jump in, I would love it if you would subscribe and give this video a like to help other people find it as well. My first tip is to find the budgeting method that works the best for you. Budgeting is definitely not a one-size-fits-all, so it's important to kind of look around, see what your options are, and test out what works best for you. There's cash envelopes, Excel spreadsheets, a good old-fashioned pen and paper, and literally a million apps that you can find. So spend some time doing a little bit of research, getting to know what it is that is going to be the best for your lifestyle and the way that you think about budgeting. I started with pen and paper. I touched on Excel spreadsheets for a minute, and then I settled on the Every Dollar budgeting app, which I've been using for years now and I love. This app is totally free, which is a huge perk. It allows me and my husband to both look at it real time when changes are made, and we can stay consistent with what we're both working towards in our budget every month. And it lets me budget every single penny that comes in from our income. So it's a tool that works really well for us. If you want to check this app out, I will have it linked in the description. Otherwise, you can do your own browsing of the internet on all the different methods of budgeting and see which one is the best fit for you. My second tip is to have a goal or goals. Budgets are an awesome tool, but if you don't have something that you're working towards, then it's kind of hard to stay motivated and consistent in your budgeting, especially if you're just starting out. At least that's true for me. So think about the goals that you have that will help you stay consistent and motivated. This could be saving for a house, setting aside an emergency fund, or maybe saving up to attend that friend's destination wedding next year. Whatever it is, have that goal as part of your budget. My third tip is to create a brand new budget every single month. Life looks different month to month, so if you're using the same exact budget for everyone, it's not really gonna work out. So before a new month begins, sit down with your calendar, your bills, and your goals, and really figure out what it is that your budget needs to look like for the upcoming month. Are there holidays, birthdays? Is it time to renew your car registration? Try to be as thorough as you can when creating your budget so that you are setting yourself up for success. Next is to have a miscellaneous category. There is always something unplanned that pops up throughout the month, so having a miscellaneous category set aside to kind of cover any little things that might pop up here and there will help you stick to your budget and not go over in any category. Next is to create some accountability. If you're married, then your spouse should be involved in budgeting just as much as you are. Create the budget together and hold each other accountable for sticking to it. If you're not married, try and find a friend or family member who you're comfortable sharing your financial information with and let them help you stick to your budget. Number 6 is to keep track of your budget throughout the month. This took me a while to learn, but budgeting is never a set it and forget it kind of thing. Going through what you've spent at least once a week, if not more, helps you to know where you're at in your spending and helps you make sure that you're not going over in any specific category. Number 7 is to plan ahead. Nothing breaks my budget more than the big expenses I knew would eventually come up, but I chose not to plan for. I feel like car repairs are the biggest one for us, and we are just barely getting our act together in this category, but it could also be things like Christmas, home maintenance, etc. You can create a line item to save for these bigger expenses that we all know are going to pop up, so that when they do, you are not scrambling to figure out how you're going to pay for them. Next is to be realistic. I am all for being really strict with yourself and jumping in and going hard in a budget. But at the same time, you have to be realistic in what things actually cost. For example, if groceries cost $300, even if you've cut back as much as you possibly can, then putting $100 in that category for that budget, it's not gonna work. So be realistic when you're creating your budget so that you're not setting yourself up to fail. Lastly, if you fail to succeed, try again. It is really hard to stick to a budget, especially when you're first starting out. It's kind of like working out a new muscle. It takes some time to work at it and build it up to the point where you want it to be. Every day is a new day, so if you mess up, don't just scrap the entire month and forget about having a budget. Start over the next day and work on being just a little bit better each day. Like I said earlier, we are years into our budgeting and we still don't ever have a perfect month where we don't overspend in any category. But we have made a ton of progress in our ability to stick to our budget, and we are making way more progress than we ever were when we were not on a budget. If you liked this video, please don't forget to subscribe and give it a like, and I will see you again next week for another video. Bye!